As a Christian combative, Scripture is your arsenal. And while you should be familiar with everything in your arsenal, you should also be aware that there are certain things in your arsenal that even when taken in isolation, maybe pack a little bit more of a punch than others. There are certain words, phrases, names, and prayers, even when taken on their own, that have this concentrated gospel punch, this concentrated 50 caliber round of gospel. And this is why your 50 caliber gospel word of the day, your prayer of the day, is, I believe, help my unbelief. Let's get into it. So this 50 caliber gospel prayer, this comes from Mark chapter 9. Now Jesus is walking around doing his thing, and there's a group of people who are arguing about something. Jesus comes up to them and, what are you arguing about? And they're talking about, there's this man, and the man has a son. The son is possessed by a demon. The demon makes the son deaf, mute, and he's just foaming at the mouth, going into convulsions, and throwing himself into the fire, throwing himself into water, doing all these things, trying to hurt himself, trying to kill the boy. The demon is trying to kill the boy through possession. And the disciples were unable to cast out this demon. And this is what the crowd is arguing about. And Jesus just goes off at them. He's, you unbelievers, how long am I going to have to put up with this nonsense? Bring the boy to me immediately. Like, why are you even arguing about this? As if, why are you doubting that God, that Jesus, could heal this, could drive out this unclean spirit, this demon? So immediately they go and they bring the boy. Jesus says, how long has this boy been possessed for? The man tells him, since childhood. It's done all these things to him. He foams at the mouth. He has convulsions. It tries to throw him into the fire, into the water to kill him, that kind of thing. The man is absolutely torn up. He's absolutely torn up. His guts are churned. If you read the text, he tells Jesus to have that kind of compassion, that kind of gut-churning compassion. Have splagnizomai, if you know the Greek word for it. He says, have compassion on me, because my son is enduring all these things. And of course, this father doesn't want to see his son suffer and die in this horrible way, being thrown into the fire and the water and being possessed in this horrible thing, this unclean spirit. Please, Jesus, have mercy. Have compassion on me. So, one of the things that the Father says is I don't know, it's telling, but it's something that Jesus responds to. He says, if you can, then heal him. And Jesus says, if, what do you mean if? All things are possible for those who believe. And this isn't permission for you to go believe that you're the president and all of a sudden you're president, or believe that you're a millionaire and you become, no, this is talking, distraction. All right. So of course these things are possible. Have faith that God will work as God works, that Jesus will have compassion, will love, and can drive out this demon. Now the man responds in this phrase that's turned into this beautiful prayer. And it is a prayer. Just because you're praying doesn't mean you're alone with your hands folded. This man is praying directly to Jesus. To pray is to worship. To pray is to worship, which is why you only pray to God. So this man is worshiping God. He's worshiping Jesus by saying this prayer. I believe. Help my unbelief. And Jesus immediately heals. He immediately drives out this unclean spirit. But I want to focus on that prayer, that man's prayer, because that encapsulates what it means to be a Christian a lot of the time. I mean, none of us are perfect Christians. Sometimes people talk to me and they say, well, I have these doubts. Is my faith strong enough? Do I believe enough? Am I good enough? This kind of thing. And I constantly want to take him back to this prayer, because this is the prayer of a faithful Christian. This is a prayer of somebody who has a sinful flesh that wants to cause him to doubt, that wants to distract him and turn him away from God. Somebody who has that sinful flesh that's struggling against this spirit, this faithful spirit that trusts in God. I believe, help my unbelief. That's what a Christian says. A Christian says, I don't have that perfect faith, but God makes it perfect. I am perfect only in so much as God perfects me. I believe, help my unbelief. I am faithful, but I am also a sinner. Simul justus et peccator. I probably pronounced that wrong. Simultaneously saint and sinner. This is what that prayer is. I believe, help my unbelief. God, I trust you, but I can't do it perfectly. Please help me. This is a position of humility. This isn't, I believe, good enough, so why don't you do your thing now? This is, I am not worthy for you to help me, but I trust that you will. Please, God, do this for me. I believe. Help my unbelief. So in that context, that prayer was answered immediately. This doesn't mean that this is a prayer to get whatever you want, just like that, like God's a wish-granting machine, a genie or something. But this is a prayer that you are free to pray as a Christian when you have those doubts. You're free to pray when you say, God, I need these things. Please take care of me. I trust in you, but I could, I need to be healed. I need to be taken care of. I need your help. I believe. Help my unbelief. This was your 50 caliber gospel word, your 50 caliber gospel prayer of the day. I believe. Help my unbelief. Give it a shot. Take care.